Today we're going to talk about patience. I think patience is an extremely underrated quality in the world where we all look for speed, high productivity, and instant gratification. We all want things to be done quickly and as soon as possible. And impatience always lurks in the back of our minds. But for art, an artist, it becomes unhealthy because art needs time to be done. It might take hours, it might take days, maybe months if the project is big. And so the process is meandering, slow, and basically it requires a huge amount of patience in order to sustain. And let me tell you a story of how I suffered through impatience. About 2 years ago, I forced myself to churn out watercolor paintings twice every week so that I can edit my process videos and upload them online. But the thing was, I was an amateur and I needed more time to finish a painting compared to someone with a higher level than me. And also, I was a college student and I had a lot of projects I need to keep up with, and this kind of schedule I set for myself, 2 paintings every week, was driving me insane. But I thought the stress was supposed to keep me going, and I thought initially that this schedule is supposed to be tight and the urgency could force me to keep up with it. But I was wrong. This high-speed schedule was terribly unsustainable, and all I got was distress, and I was impatient because I couldn't get the result I wanted as quickly as I expected. And so the consequences I got was first burnout, physically as well as emotionally. I was very tired and my mind kept telling me to rest, and another part of myself told me that I had to keep going. And so these two consciences, the devil and the angel, was arguing on my shoulder, and I was terribly tired because of that. Secondly, I experienced negative self-talk in my mind. I didn't exactly verbally tell myself that I was a lazy person and I sucked at what I do, but in my mind I had that thought. And because I was guilty that I couldn't keep up with my schedule, I told myself that I was a lazy person, that I was not good at art and whatnot. The third is demotivation. It's sort of similar to burnout, but this sort of demotivation is pretty general. It's not just about doing art and making artwork. This sort of demotivation made me want to stay in my bed instead of waking up. I question, why am I waking up and doing the things I do in the day? What was the point? I know that the only solution to picking myself up is to go do something or anything, maybe some relaxation activities to make myself feel better, but I just couldn't lift my hand and it sort of spiraled down like a vicious cycle. So I want to talk about 5 ways patience is the best attitude for artists. I'm not saying patience is the only quality artists need, but I think patience is a very underrated quality, and it very much helps artists to not only do the art they want, but also live a balanced and sustainable lifestyle for them to continue doing art. The first reason patience is so good is that you are kind to yourself with patience. You understand that things take time, no matter artwork, relationships, work, life, or anything. Results never really come with a blink of an eye. So even when you need to spend more time than expected to do your work, you tell yourself, it's okay, we all get that sometimes. And you, despite mistakes and setbacks and delays, you continue to do your work because you believe that eventually, with time, your hard work will be rewarded. The second reason is you enjoy the drawing process. Unlike me 2 years ago about the watercolor drawing example, with my tight schedule, I didn't particularly enjoy the drawing process. What I looked forward most is the result and the finished drawing instead of drawing itself. But with patience, because you are not wholly result-oriented, drawing is never a core to you. As an artist and process-oriented, you enjoy the flow of working through your art. The best artists put their mind in every small detail, even if they have to spend days and months on an artwork. But aren't they tired? Well, they love their work. Why would you get tired from doing something you love? As the saying goes, you never work a day in your life if you enjoy your work. Number 3, the results don't faze you. Many people are used to instant gratification. That's why results matter to them very much, because the only thing they look forward to, the only thing that is gratifying to them is the result. If they don't get the results they want, they consider the time wasted. But with patience, not only do you enjoy the flow of the process, but because the final product of the painting is only a small part of the whole thing. And so when you enjoy the process, it doesn't matter that the results are not great. You have already enjoyed a large part of your artwork. Number 4 is time is not an issue to you. Well, this one is obvious because patience is about acknowledging that things take time and you don't expect things to happen in an instant. And so you are never stressed because of art. You're not a deadline fighter, but you're not slow either. For example, you can set your schedule to drawing an hour a day, so 7 hours total in a week. But when you find out that 7 hours is not enough to finish your artwork, you can carry on to the next week or the week after, or simply add more hours in your schedule. Time is for you to plan out and adjust like a blank sheet of paper. Time itself shouldn't make you dread the coming of tomorrow. Number 5, you embrace mistakes and actively seek to improve. Mistakes, of course, take time and most of the time unexpected. Even though we understand the concept of learning from our mistakes, sometimes time-consuming mistakes will frustrate us. For example, you're drawing a hand and the fingers never looked satisfying to you, and so you keep adjusting and correcting yourself until hours passed and you still haven't made it look good. With patience, you know not only that it's not your fault to make mistakes, but you also spend time studying your mistakes so that you won't do it again in the future. And with time, you improve. So to conclude, we need patience because an artwork takes time and effort. To avoid falling into the trap of impatience, you can set up timetables to know which hours you're supposed to draw, and be sure to set realistic goals or you'll feel overwhelmed like I did. So good luck doing art, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!